Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to the Operation Heal 100 Hearts channel where we discuss healing, humor, and what? Hot motherfucking topics. If you are here, my dear, that means you're logged into the healing side of my channel, all right? So if you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, hit the thumbs up because that's your free way to support my channel and get me out on the algorithm. And let's get into this Dear DJ letter. Here we go. Let me put my glasses on. Y'all know I'm old. Y'all know I'm old. Dear Deja, back in February, I got some extra food stamps. I sold my extra amount to my brother and his baby mother for half the money. Normally, when I sell my stamps, the very next month I get a new card. But this time I wasn't thinking to be so cautious because the only folks I gave my card to was family. In March, I noticed some weird activity like my card missing $30 or $40, but I didn't look too much into it. This month, I noticed my card was missing $100, so I decided to investigate and come to find out my brother's baby mother has been using my card info to make purchases. The first thing I did was call my brother. I could tell that he wasn't in on the plot by his reaction. I also knew that the baby mother was lying about not doing it, especially because I had proof. It's the lying that infuriated me. So I kindly waited until my brother and the kids weren't home, and I went over there and I beat her ass. I didn't OD. A little, don't play with me, rough up. I mean, one of her teeth fell out, but that's because it was rotten anyway. Well, of course, my family wasn't happy about that, so there was some tension. I get that. So I fell back. But now I'm hearing my brother is going around saying I made his baby mother lose their baby because, according to her, she was pregnant when I beat her ass. Another thing I know is a lie. Anyway, I wouldn't give a fuck, but my mom's is in a hospital, and my brother and I need to come together to make some health decisions, and I'm trying to figure out how to approach this. I'm trying not to put the nail in the coffin and make my man fuck my brother up, so please help me approach this in the right way. Sign, that chick is a thief, so I knocked out her teeth. Alrighty then. Take it to that. um okay. Okay. I could see your frustration. I could definitely see your frustration because one, if something belongs to you and somebody uses it, or uh yeah, if somebody uses it or asks you could they borrow it or whatever the case may be, it's unfortunate for them to take advantage of what you are allowing them to use or borrow or whatever the case may be. So she was wrong. She was wrong. She was dead wrong. So I see the frustration. But I also can get from the story that your brother really trust and love his son's mother, which is why he may have chosen her side in this situation. And it sounds like you and him don't have the best relationship. So let me ask a few questions surrounding that, right? Number one on the list, you said that you had proof that she had been using your card. You also said that she was lying about not using it, and it seems as though the brother believed her. If that was the case, why didn't you produce the proof to the brother? Because it would make more sense to prove your case by showing him, listen, I don't got to lie on this girl. Here's the proof right here in the pudding. Right. So I think starting there would have alleviated some of the problem because then he wouldn't be able to deny it and neither could she. Right. And you, according to you, he's really only denying it because she's denying it. Right. So once you lay out the proof, neither one of them could do that. So I'm wondering, why didn't you just say, yes, she did, and here's the proof? That's number one on the list, right? But something gives me you feel away, not only because he chose the side of her, but I think there's also some tension there because, as my brother, why wouldn't you believe me? You know what I'm saying? I'm your sister. Why wouldn't you believe me, but you're automatically believing her? So I think before we even get to the baby mother, there might be some issues with you and big or little bro. I don't know. You didn't say what was the age difference between you guys, who's older or younger. But I think there might be some tension there with you and him. So because of that, the baby mother might have sensed that and felt it was okay to take advantage of you because she could see that if she did do so, he would still be on your side. I mean, her side. And then I think with you making statements like, because I don't want to have to get my man to fuck him up, that can also indicate that you and him don't have, you and your brother don't have the best relationship. Right? Right. Okay. Um, we don't get to pick and choose who our blood relatives are. Sorry to tell you, FYI, PSA, we do not get to pick and choose who our blood relatives are. God just kindly says, hey, you in the back, you right there, come here. And you over there, come here. And what's homegirl and homeboy name in the back? Y'all two come here. Okay, y'all two come together, get on the elevator, head on down to the Smith household. Because y'all going to all be cousins and siblings and be the Smiths. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's by God's design. We don't get to pick and choose what we have, right? What I've learned, because I have many siblings, about having siblings, is you can either make the best of it, make the worst of it, or make nothing at all. That is solely up to you, right? So I have fairly excellent relationships with most of, if not all of my siblings. So there's not a point where I have to, worry about the effort to always make the best of a situation, because 9 times out of 10 when we are together and we're talking or we're having family time or even when we're making family decisions, we can pretty much for the most part get on the same page and so on and so forth. Hence Sunday at my mother's house, we're all there together having a grand old time, right? And we don't miss an opportunity to get together. We love each other along with our cousins, right? So it's not that hard for me, but I can see how it could be hard for other folks, because sometimes in siblings, issues occur that have nothing to do with you. It's really more so about that individual. And because they're not in a place that they're willing to fix that, then you become the punching bag for it because you're the closest person to them. And it seems like you might feel like your brother is allowing his baby mother to take advantage of you. And that hurts you because at the end of the day, that's your brother, which is totally understandable, right? But my concern is, no, not my concern. My question is, did this just start happening now or has it been happening? Right? Because we could talk about what's now taking place in the moment, but if there are past issues that are relatable to this, we need to kind of resolve them as well so we can move forward. And you can't do that if we only speak about one isolated incident. So my first question would be, what happened prior to this that would make this type of behavior be okay, right? So how like sometimes you hear people say like, you hear people say like, oh, we went to a party and Larry and Harry had a fight, and then somebody else will say, girl, Larry and Harry always fighting. You know what I'm saying? So is there any other situation where you could be like, oh, well, my brother, he took his BM side in this situation. Oh, but there's other times that he's chosen folks over you, or they didn't believe you, or is there other examples that you would be able to give me that has led up to this point? Because I'm not saying that what your brother is doing is right. I just think that you guys have deeper issues than just the food stamp card and the baby mother. I think things run a little deeper than that. I've seen it done before. I do not like it. I never will, but I've seen it done before. I've seen people take the side of their spouse versus their family, right? This is what I will say about that, about having a spouse and having a family, right? It's unfair for both parties to put you in such a compromising position, right? It's unfair for your family to make you choose between them and your spouse. It's unfair for your spouse to make you choose between them and family. But you have to also keep in mind that folks have to be fair, folks have to be honest, and folks have to be compassionate and understanding and willing to learn and know that everybody is different. So, you and your family may have a particular dynamic, right? Maybe if your brother would have took the extra food stamps off the card, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. I think the issue is that it wasn't even him. It was his kid's mother. So the issue is that I'm being taken advantage of, and I'm not even being taken advantage of by my blood brother. I'm being taken advantage of by the bitch she's fucking. How does that work? How does that work? Why is that okay? And I think that's your real issue, which is why you said, oh, I will get my man to fuck him up. Because I think you feel like not only am I being taken advantage of, and as my brother, you're not protecting me, you're also giving the green light and the okay for this person to disrespect me. How, Sway? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that you're angry. I think you're hurt. I think you're hurt. And I don't think you're hurt by the baby mother, because I think it would be nothing for you to go over there and beat her ass again. So I don't think the hurt comes from the baby mother. I think the hurt more so comes from your brother. And I don't think it only comes from him not believing you. I think it also comes from him siding with her and pretending as though you would just make something like this up. And I think that's why you didn't even put the effort into showing him that you have proof, because you felt like I'm your sister. Whether I show you the proof or not, you should blindly believe me the same way you blindly believe in that bitch. I don't disagree with that. If that's your feelings. I'm just speculating off the information given in the letter, right? But if that's your feelings, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with you being hurt. I don't disagree with you feeling, all of those feelings that I just expressed. I get that, right? I'm going to say this, and it's not right, but it's the reality of what it is, right? Sometimes when you have relationships with people, and I don't care what kind of relationship it is, when you have assessed who they are, you have to believe them. Let me look into the camera and say that again. When you have a relationship with a person and you want or you need to continue that relationship, once you have assessed who they are, you have to believe them. Now, let me give you the effective way of dealing with that, because I know when people hear just those words, they like, so you mean to tell me if a motherfucker's a thief, I just got to be okay with him stealing my shit? No. No. What I'm going to tell you is, once you've accepted who that person is, then you get to modify how you deal with them. Let me run that back, because I just took y'all to church. Bossy Jakes, I just took y'all to church. Here we go. Once a person who you want to or need to continue having a relationship with shows you who they are, you believe them. After you believe them, you modify how you deal with them. All right, so I'm going to give you the scenario I just gave in the joking way. You heard when I just said, oh, so you mean to tell me DJ, if a motherfucker thief is a thief, I need to let them keep stealing from me? No. I think if you have identified somebody that you don't want to not have a relationship with, right? So let's just say as a cousin. Say you have a cousin that you have assessed as a thief, right? Okay, I can't stop you being a thief. I can't argue with you about stealing. I can't do any of those things. But I can modify how I deal with you, which is you may not be allowed in my personal space. You may not know any of my financial situation. We may not do any business together. You know why? Because you're a thief. But I still love you, and I still care about you, and we can still hang out every now and again and do what we do. But all of those things that will put me in position to get something taken away from me, and I know you're a thief, I'm never going to do those things, right? You understand what I'm saying? So let's run it back. Let me give you another example. A liar, right? Your parents can be a liar, right? And that's who you love, that's who you got. I told you, everything is by God's design. That's who you know, that's who you got. So now that I know that my mother is a liar, right? I would say, okay, well, let me not put all my eggs in one basket when it comes to Mama Love, because she may not be being honest about what she's saying or doing. So we don't have no problems, because I never believed you from the gate. Do that mean I can't eat your Sunday dinner? No. Do that mean I can't come over and play spades with you? No. Girl, we could do all that. But because I know you're dishonest, when we start talking while we're doing it, I'm taking everything you're saying with a grain of salt, because I know you're a liar. right? So you understand what I'm saying? I just use that as an example. I ain't talking about Miss P because I don't want nobody bringing it to Miss P and she want to smoke with me. That's my girl. I just was giving you an example of a person who like using a mother figure because folks don't want to break relationships with their mother, right? So anyway, like I was saying, anytime that you feel the need to continue having a relationship with a person, once they show you who they are, you believe them. And once you believe them, you modify how to deal with them. So if your brother has shown you in the past that he will put everybody before you, it's no need to be upset because that's what he does. You don't put yourself in a predicament for you to have to be chosen at all. So like case in point, when you get extra food stamps, you call up the cousin or the other sibling or the mama that's not going to make you be in a predicament when we got to pick and choose between if they let somebody else in their life mistreat you about these food stamps that you help them out with. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want you to think that I'm saying a brother is right or the baby mother is right. I would never say that. I would never say that. They have their own healing heart session to get. But right now, from this Dear Deidre letter, I'm giving you yours. And in an effort to do so, I'm trying to remove all the agony, anger, and stress out of your life by showing you how to maneuver, right? And sometimes when you got to let people be who they are, it hurts you. It hurts you. It really hurts you because sometimes when you're looking at who a person is, you can see them sabotaging themselves, right? And sometimes when you let a person be who they are, it hurts you because you don't appreciate that they're that person, right? But at the end of the day, what did I say earlier? Everything is by God's design. Everything is by God's design. So I have to let you be that person, whether I want to or like to. I have to, in order to be okay with still having a relationship with you. So if you know that your brother plays the picking and the choosing game, and you know that most times you're not the pick of the litter, and you know that he will put somebody before you, and if you know your last Larry in his book, you have to accept that that's who he is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that once you have accepted it, now you can modify how you deal with him. I never put myself in a predicament for me to have to choose between for you to have to choose between me and any motherfucking body because I feel in my heart of hearts from what you showed me, you would never choose me. So why would I even make that request of you? I want to tell y'all something about that. Because I was having this conversation with one of my good friends the other day about how God replaces and replenishes. Come on, Bossy Jakes. You better tell these people. I want to tell y'all something about how God will replace and replenish. I don't care what you lose. I don't care what you lose. As long as you stay in the fight with God, he will do what? Come on, Bossy Jakes, replace and replenish. Okay? Okay. So now, right, let's just say you accept that about your brother. You own that he chose somebody else over you. He allowed somebody else to mess over you. So now that you've accepted it, you've now decided to deal with him accordingly, which is I'm never putting my brother in a predicament where he have to choose between me and anybody else because I feel that he would choose somebody else, right? I'm telling you, the moment that you have accepted that is the moment that you will look at your brother different, right? I promise you to the heavenly stars above that God will send you a brother-like figure to do and provide everything you need in a brother. Now, granted, it won't be your blood relative, right? Or maybe, because it could be a cousin or something. It won't be your actual brother. It won't be your mother's son. It won't be your father's son. That's never how it works. Unless you do have an older brother that you didn't share with me. But I believe it sounds like it's only you and him, right? But you will get a brother-like person to come into your life and treat you the way you feel a brother should. You know why? Because God has watched you understand and accept who you have and still have a relationship with them. But because God know that you need that brotherly love and protection and undying loyalty, he will do what? Come on, Bossy Jakes, you better tell him about it. He will replace and replenish. He will replace and replenish. So you will have a bestie or you will have somebody in your life that represents that brotherly feeling that you're missing with your biological brother. You got what you needed. Just not the way you wanted, baby, but you got what you needed. Right? Come on, girl. I better come through healing the heart. Deidre, you better come through healing the heart. Anyway. So let me say this, my dear, right? Um, what's your brother baby mother, if in fact if she did do what you said she did, she's dead wrong. She's dead wrong. She's dead wrong. But what I feel like, right, is the way you explained it. A person that would take advantage of a person that looked out for them means that you're not a good person. And most times when people are not good people, they need healing. So the most you could offer her is my YouTube channel and my healing and my information for healing hearts. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Don't even stress that, because one thing about it, what did I just tell you earlier? God will replace and replenish. So you're going to get them stamps that she stole from you back triple fold. Don't even worry about that. You might even get it in cash. So that's not the bigger picture here. We ain't stressing that. But what you need to do is accept that's who she is. Move her to the side, because you don't have to have a relationship with her. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to. It's up to you. But you do have to have one with your brother, because that's who God designed for you. You just have to accept who he is. That's okay. Got you. I accept it. Now I'm maneuvering you a certain way. So now when you get your extra stamps, you bring them on over here to me or somebody who won't do you like that, girlfriend. Hello, come on, replace and replenish, replace and replenish. Come on now. But anyway, to somebody who will appreciate what you did for them and won't take advantage of you, right? And there's nothing to be upset with the brother about. I just removed my services from you because they no longer suit you. But you're my brother and I love you. These is my nieces and nephews' mother, so I have respect for her. I'm just over here. You understand what I'm saying? Because once you go getting mad and fighting with your brother about who he is and who he chose, that's going to be an ongoing fight, my dear. An ongoing fight for the rest of your life. He has to be who he is. He has to choose who he wants. That's on him. When everybody get up to them pearly gates, ain't nobody gonna have to answer to God for the man on the left or the man on the right. You only gonna have to answer for self. So whoever your brother is and whoever he chose, whether good, bad, or indifferent, that will be his road to travel. You have your own. And it doesn't benefit you to go to war with your brother trying to change him. No, have love and peace with your brother because you have accepted him. So here we go. This is what I will say, right? Come get your healing heart session, mommy. Come get your healing heart session, because I want to build you up so confidently that when you reach out to your brother to make decisions about your mom, you don't show any anger. You're not bitter. You're not upset. I'm just reaching out because I want to do what's best for mommy. But what about the food stamps? I'm not discussing that no more. They're gone. If you telling me that me putting my hands on your kid's mother caused you to lose a baby, that was never my intention, and I apologize. Let's move on. Right now, we speaking about what's going on with mommy. Let's move on. And in an effort to do so, you get on with it. You make the best health decisions you can for your mother. You stand next to your brother. You understand and you accept him while y'all do what's best for mommy love. And then you get on with it. And getting on with it doesn't mean that you don't still have a relationship with your brother. It's just modified because you have accepted who he is and that person is not conducive to you. That's okay. That's quite all right. There's nothing wrong with that. That also, let me tell you what that will also do for you. It will offer you an elite amount of peace. It will offer you an elite amount of peace, because once you have accepted all of those expectations for that person and how when they don't meet them, you get so angry, all of that will be null and void and non-existent. There is no expectation. Whoever you are, I have accepted that. And I'm at peace. And once again, like I said, I have accepted you not doing what I feel a brother should do, because guess what God did? He gave me somebody else that fulfills all of my brotherly expectations. He replaced and he replenished. You better come on, Bossy Jakes, with a motherfucking word, girl. So look at me over here, hella hot, so stupendously on Dear DJ. Come on, girls. They got the saying from The Devil Wears Prada. She said, nobody can do what we do. I better know it. I better know. No, come on now, y'all. Don't get me to preaching up over here. But sometimes I just, I feel so good when I know that some of this feedback, if not even helping the person that's writing the Dear DJ letter, but helping anybody that's listening and growing through a very similar situation. So anyway, to get back on track, homegirl, You're reaching out to your brother. You're apologizing for dog walking his baby mother, right? You're apologizing if she was expecting then there was a loss of a baby, then you can apologize about that. But before you do any of that, sweetie, please, I beg of you, come get your Operation Heal 100 Heart session, because I don't want to tell you this is the way you're approaching it and then you walk in doing it because that's what I told you. No, in the Operation Heal 100 Heart sessions, we would do more deeper diving so you can feel like what I'm saying to you is what you genuinely feel as well. Not I'm doing it because you said or you asked me to do it, Khadija. No, I'm doing it because you got me to a point where I understand why it's important and valuable for me to do it. So don't just go on and do everything I'm telling you and then come back and be like, oh, bitch, it ain't work. Of course it didn't. I'm only speaking to you with the facts that I have from this letter. We need to be digging deeper than this letter, because when you go approach this situation, you have to approach it feeling like you're confident in what we're going to make happen here, as opposed to I'm just doing this because when that person I wrote the letter with, it sounded like she had said it made sense, so we could. That ain't going to work like that, baby. So come get your Operation Heal 100 Heart session so we can dig deep about everything you and your brother and your whole family have been through. So we can get you built up to a point that you can go and sincerely apologize to your brother. And you guys can do what's really important, right? Because there's more important work here to be done. And what is that? We have to now make decisions, health decisions for your mom. And that's more important than what you and your brother going through. That's the head of the table. We got to make sure the head is secure. Okay? And I want you to be able to do so, and I don't want you to hold on to this pettiness and wait until it's too late. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I really, really hope that to some degree this feedback helped you. But more importantly, I more so hope that you will come get your Operation Heal 100 Heart session. I hope one day you and your brother will come together. I hope one day that you will extend my services to the baby mother. And I hope everything works out in your favor in this situation and with your mom. I'm keeping you guys uplifted in prayer. Thank you so much for writing in, because this was a heartfelt letter. It allowed me to dig deep in my healing bag, and I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. So, ladies and gentlemen, okay, so here we go. If you're new here, you should already be subscribed. And you should have already hit the notification bell, because you're like, oh, this bitch be talking shit, and I want to see this shit all the time. So you hit the notification bell. After you hit the notification bell, you hit the thumbs up, because hitting the thumbs up is your free way of supporting my channel and saying, girl, I want the world to see this, so let me make sure you get out in the algorithm. Like. Send it to your people. Like. Also, if you have some feedback for this letter writer, drop down in the comments. Let it be known. Listen, girl, I know what Deidre said, but let me tell you, I got another little nugget for you. Or you can drop down in the comment section and say, Deidre, I like what you said, but no, I don't feel like you addressed all these bullets, so let me give it a little more, because you ain't do what you need to do. Drop down in the comment section. Or you can say, Deidre, I really appreciate it, the feedback that you gave, and I learned boom 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 from it, or I took boom 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 from it, or I want to add boom 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 to it. Whatever you can do, whatever you want to discuss. What did I tell you guys? We can have discussion and dialogue about anything. I would never debate and I would never delete. We are all here for healing, humor, and the hot motherfucking topics. In any event, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you dearly for all your support, and I will see you soon.